New circle, never-ending line, brand new, beginning, no end. As the brush strokes the canvas, the painter paints his masterpiece, a story with a clear conscience as a projection. Your feet hit the ground when the mallet hits the center of the drum. Your heart paces fast like an ultrasound. Boom, 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 boom. Your jingle sound, your shawl floats. Your hoops tell stories, and the grass is patted down. Boom, 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 boom. Way ah ho, way ah ho. The life, the sound, the people.
In an effort to repress the Native people, the United States government banned many Native American ceremonial practices in the late 1800s, thinking that their way of life was barbaric. Any Native found participating in traditional manner was prosecuted and imprisoned. On August 11, 1978, the American Indian Religious Freedom Act was passed. The act gave Natives back their freedom to believe, express, and practice their religion without being persecuted. Their sacred sites and objects were returned, and in present-day society, Natives are rediscovering their old traditions, and the new generation is innovating art forms into modern displays. In doing so, we are creating a new circle. Petroglyphs were the first paintings done by Native Americans. Images of people, animals, and spiritual beings were carved or painted in caves and on cliff faces. Eventually, animal hides replaced caves as a canvas. Stories of hunting and fighting were depicted on the hides. Navajo tribes created sand paintings as a religious act. The designs were thought to be gateways to the gods. Today, modern artists have adopted Western painting styles and mediums to portray their people while maintaining some traditional designs and images.
I use my identity as a Native person and my experiences growing up in an urban setting to create stories.
The colonial U.S. government came here and took away everything that we had and everything that we knew, and then they built all this stuff without anybody's permission. And I do graffiti. I write on anything that I want to. I paint on anything that I want to, and I practice all the time. And I mean, as a Native man, I feel like it's my right and maybe even my duty to go ahead and just paint on everything.
Natives use dance as a form of expressing important sentiments of their tribe. Ceremonial dance took place at weddings as well as funerals and times of war. Dance was also a very spiritual act and used to call upon earth and higher powers. Both men and women participate in ceremonial dances. Men's dances predominantly told stories of valor and war, whereas women's dances expressed healing and nature. These dances have been passed down and still practiced at powwows today. Each dancer must assemble their own regalia by traditional means, that is, gathering the raw materials and having each item blessed. Animal sinews, feathers, skins, and bones are the primary materials used in creating traditional regalia. Embellishments, such as beads and fringes, are used to garnish the wardrobe.
So the hoops became symbolic of life, and that's where it came from, and that's why we do it today. But like the version I was doing here it's a little bit traditional, but it's mostly contemporary. Some of the shapes are old, but most of them are post-World War II, and the way they all link together, because originally, it was a one hoop dance, and then it was a two hoop dance, and you never touched it with your hands. So I think our story of the creation of this dance has been heavily modified, because it used to be done with 1 and 2 hoops, and there's only so many plants and animals you can make with 2 hoops and not touch it with your hands. So I think primarily it relates back to life.
I started out learning all kinds of rules about the drum, the traditional drum and all that stuff. And then I moved more into contemporary as I got older, because my voice got better, and I noticed that more and more people like the way I sing. So I started to go for competition being contemporary.
The drum is said to be the heartbeat of the people, which makes it the most important instrument to the Native American community. The spherical shape represents earth and life. Buckskin is stretched over a hollowed-out log and secured with sinew. This basic construction does not vary much from tribe to tribe. Traditionally, the drum is 2 to 3 feet in diameter, large enough for a group of 5 to 10 singers to circle around and beat in unison. One member is selected as lead and will indicate song and beat for the rest to follow.
Way back then, it was only the elderly people that knew about stuff, that were able to sit on the drum. Nowadays, it's anybody who wants to be able to sing and learn about their culture is able to sit on the drum.
I would hope that when people hear us sing that they feel good.
I want my audience to feel like they were welcome, and I want them to feel joyful after we get done singing, because that's what the drum's supposed to do. It's supposed to make you feel good about yourself, and it makes you want to be happy, just be a happy person. I want them to understand that we used to have fun the way we do things, and we still do things the way we did them back then.
Despite efforts to preserve tradition, time has a way of making subtle and necessary changes. Today, the Native American community grows stronger. Old traditions are innovated and serve as inspiration for more modern displays.
Native art is always expanding. There are always younger artists coming up behind me, which I'm thrilled to see. And there are a lot of traditional artists too who are getting visual time, or they're being seen in wider exhibitions too. So
Everything has to grow, and everything always has to change. So a lot of young Native artists like my age and from my generation, yeah, they're all pretty contemporary. I mean, we still do use a lot of these traditional images and things like that, like the star quilt, or just like pieces of our culture that we grew up with. But in the same token, we have no choice but to change. So I'd say a lot of the young Native artists that I know are more contemporary, but hold on to those traditions.
When an audience member goes home after seeing, a film or even seeing something online, like on YouTube, I really hope that it inspires them for the most part in their life. And I hope that it really creates, a different way of thinking for them about the subject matter, or about Native filmmakers, or even Native culture. Because film and video, it really gives us an opportunity as Native people to recreate our own image in media. So I think today it's ripe. It's the time for, Native artists and Native filmmakers to be out there.